A terminally ill billionaire, desperate to extend his life, had scientists transplant his head onto the body of a recently deceased assassin. However, just when he thought he had been reborn and was trying to adapt to his new body, a sharp pain suddenly came from the wound on his neck. Seeing this, the scientist rushed to examine the man's wound, but didn't notice anything unusual and thought the wound was infected, so he decided to increase the amount of antibiotics. But as the wound healing time is getting longer and longer, the rich man gradually began to notice that something is wrong. He always has a feeling that his head will fall off if he is lightly touched, and while he once made his fortune drawing, he now struggles with even the most basic of lines. He approached the scientists again, but the other party claimed that the new body needed to adapt, and in the short term, it could not catch up with the command of the brain, and needed to rely on a long period of time to settle down, in order to achieve the state of physical and mental unity. But I did not expect half a month. But his hands still do not listen to the command. A long time of mental stress led to the tycoon more and more irritable. Directly in front of the dining table, a hand overturned. Looking at the table that he fell downstairs, the rich man was a bit incredulous for a moment. He has been painting all his life. When did he have such a divine power? The rich man walked straight to the side of the electric bicycle. I did not expect in just a slight force. The electric bicycle was easily lifted over his head. This scene immediately his wife looked dumbfounded. Afterwards, the rich man rushed to the hospital for a checkup, only to find that the doctor who gave himself a checkup always inexplicably had a sense of deja vu. Memories that weren't his began flooding in like scenes from a movie. The tycoon was so scared that he rushed to find the scientist who did the brain transplant for him. After the scientist's analysis, he thought that the genetic mutation occurred when the rich man's brain was fused with the killer's body, resulting in the cellular memories of the other party being awakened, which is why the rich man possessed the ability that did not belong to him. As things stand, it appears that it is the killer's body that controls the rich man's brain, rather than the rich man's brain controlling the killer's body. The memories appearing in his mind were clearly those of the assassin's past, so the billionaire had to stay away from that doctor to avoid exposing his head transplant secret in the future. Upon hearing this, Tycoon's heart shuddered. He began training obsessively, trying to gain control over his body's instincts. However, as the integration with his new body deepens, the rich man discovers a more difficult problem. He always came to a strange house at an inopportune time, and he even knew exactly where the house keys were hidden, and the female doctor came back to his mind more and more often.